But you know what? Getting canceled is good for the culture in terms of exposure.
That's right.
But see, Candice, you actually disagree with me on this. You don't believe that all press is good press.
I do not at all. Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I'm the complete opposite.
I'm the opposite too.
I just don't feel like you can ever come back from really bad press. Ugh. I don't want that to be in every article written about me. You know, like Candice Matthews-Brackeen is known for being super rude sometimes behind the scenes about founders. Really speaking the truth.
But don't you think that, I feel like bad press, for me at least, it's more exposure, it's more eyeballs, but also it gives you an opportunity to spin your own narrative afterwards. I think every human has the full capacity to spin their own narrative about whatever happened. Like I think about a couple of like examples, like the James Charles situation. He came out of that on top. His business has grown tremendously. He's increased his followers by like 3 million.
Is that the makeup guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was canceled earlier this year / late last year. I'm trying to think who else has been canceled. But
that's because he got in a little like girl fight, right?
No. It was, so there's another influencer who accused him of some really terrible things that ended up just not being true.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that. It was pretty bad. But he's come out on top of it. He just laid it all on the table, explained what happened, and is doing better than the other creators who were against him at the time.
I guess it just depends on the type of bad news.
I don't know where I think I get this from. My favorite musical ever is Chicago, which I think instilled these principles in me. Like, you can control the narrative and tell whatever story you want.
Like The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, but less sad.
Until you get caught or hit by a car.
What a great book.
I love that book. I've read it, I don't know, at least 20 times.
Really?
I love the story. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, I actually never saw the remake.
Not great.
Right? I heard terrible things and I loved the book so much that I was afraid to watch it. I didn't want it to ruin it for me.
It was just too quick. There's a real story there, I feel.
Was that Baz Luhrmann, or am I making that up? Who directed it?
I think you might be right.
Okay. I'm assuming it was very like extravagant and over the top.
Brackeen, how you doing? You look distracted this morning.
You guys are so just much more cultured than I am, so I don't, I have nothing to offer the Great Gatsby conversation.
Okay.
What? No, I'm sure you could. Well, I guess you know what you could contribute to this conversation. Let's take a couple of minutes and talk about old money versus new money. Do you think there are real differences associated with those designations?
Oh, I can identify the difference immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's the context? Is this in?
So in The Great Gatsby, there's this whole East Egg versus West Egg mentality of like the people who are what I call it, systemically rich, like generational wealth versus the new rich people that live on this other part of the community.
Yeah. Just something that Candice and I talk about a lot in real life. It's like I don't know, the wealthiest people I know have just no interest in, except for maybe their one or two things. Like let's say they're a watch person, like they're hardcore watch person, they might like a really expensive watch. But that'll be it. Like it'll be bummy shoes, Prius, blah blah. The most famous example is Jobs wearing the same outfit pretty much every day in his.
Or Warren Buffett's tiny house.
Warren Buffett and tiny house, and I think doesn't drive like a Taurus or something like that.
Yeah, and he eats like the cheapest McDonald's for breakfast every morning, which doesn't make sense.
I don't know how he's still alive eating McDonald's every day, but
jeans.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
So yeah, I mean, those are like the famous examples, but even in like just regular everyday examples, I often see people have a Tesla, a 3,000 square foot house, and a couple of nice things here and there, and they can have literally hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Where do you both personally stand on the flex?
I'm not into the flex.
Yeah, we're generally non-flexy.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I dress every day, like same black shirt. But I do think that there are things that we like Candice likes classic cars, so that's
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girl Shelly is about to go to the shop. Did I send you a picture of it, Lexi?
Mm-mm.
Have you not seen my new car?
No, nor do I know anything about cars to appreciate whatever you.
Hold on. Let's see. We could share Shelly with the crowd. We have nothing else to do.
Shelly is a vehicle, right? Not a human.
No, Shelly's a vehicle. Actually, Stella is our new Roomba.
Oh.
She
What
came
kind of
yesterday.
like
She came yesterday.
Stella, or like Stella got her groove back, Stella, or none of the above.
Stella the Roomba.
What is she named after?
I have no idea. No. I just like the name Stella. It sounds old. And Brian, where is that picture?
I'm gonna send it to Marlon so he can put it on for the people.
Which one are you gonna show?
The one that's the Graham one.
Oh, got it.
Marlon posted, "God, I texted to you."
All right, I'm excited to see Miss Shelly.
First
Shelly's
of all,
coming.
you said that.
Maybe I should name her Miss Shelly. When I get I should get a personalized plate.
She's a little
Miss Shelly.
She would be Miss Shelly. You have to have respect on her name.
Yeah, I like it. See, look, nobody's here yet. It's 10:01. Nobody's trying to get up this early.
It's very early. You know what old-timey name I love? And I'm going to give just a random shout out because I know she will watch this tomorrow. My grandmother's name is Constance, and I love the name. I love it so much. It just feels very like elegant and like 1940s.
That is a very elegant name.
Like
do people call her Connie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. And does she prefer which one?
She uses them interchangeably, very similar to like Lexi and Alexis. In her professional life, she'll generally say Constance. Or when she's trying to be cute, she'll say Constance. But amongst friends, she'll say Connie.
Oh, hi, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan.
What's up?
Oh, wait, that's Dylan. That's Louvre Dylan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm late to the party. I just realized that.
Because that's his actual last name.
I'm so late.
Shocker. It's his actual name.
Wow. I will say, not to give out any confidential information, but that team is working on some really, really cool stuff right now. Really excited for them.
Smart people.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Are we waiting for Shelly?
Yeah.
I was.
And then we can start.
Yeah.
That's Shelly. She's a 1964 Chevy Nova.
Ooh.
I got her from auction, so I got her for everything but the house.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wait, what is that company right now?
It's so everything but the house started out as a there was a man and a woman running an estate auction site, and it was pretty manual. And then they were purchased by a father, and he put his two sons in charge of the company. They started to raise venture capital, a lot of capital, and I don't know if they necessarily had the expertise on their team to deal with the logistics as they expanded really fast. They started going into lots of different cities. Mm-hmm. I want to say they may have gotten to upwards of 20, maybe 25 cities, but it was a lot. And they blew through a lot of money really fast. And somehow, within, I guess, the last, 6 to 9 months, it's gone back to the original founders. And so the company is still running. And I love it because most people think they shut down. And I'm just on there, toot, toot, toot. I got myself a little Shelly.
Winning.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Nice.
Yeah. So my father gave me his 1973 Volkswagen Baja Beetle. And so there's a picture of me in it when I was 2, because he used to still drive it. And so he gave it to me for my 40th birthday. And my plan is to redo that one, but it needs a lot more work. This one is actually drivable. So I'll do that one next.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, hobbies.
And it's a similar color. It's like a baby blue.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Our executive producer / voice of God, Marlon, says we should start.
Cool.
So
Who's starting?
Mhm.
We now have 3 hosts.
I am open to it if you guys don't want to.
Yep, go for it. Go for it, Bracky.
All right. Welcome to, what do we call it this show? It's like an extra.
Brunch. Round table.
To the Twitch pitch Sunday round table. So we just ended the first section of season 1.
Round, as we've been calling it.
Or round. We just finished round 1. See, listen,
It's Sunday, so whatever.
This is like the easy version. We just finished round 1. We had 12 companies pitch, and now we're getting ready to go into round 2. We need to select the 6 companies that are going to join us in round 2. A lot's on the line here because from this point on, every winner actually wins actual cash. So this is an important step in the process. So today we're going to go over the 12 companies that pitched in the first round and kind of together talking about our selections as well as the audience's selections, which companies are going to move to round 2. So
Brian, I have a question.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't be asking this live on the air, but I'm going to ask anyway. So the top 3 get $1,000. Number 1 gets 5.
Yes.
I'm with you now. Yes.
Yeah. So it's real money from here on out for the winners from here on out, right? So who wants to say who they've got? And I'm going to randomly say mine.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like it's better to be random.
Yeah.
Candice, you should go last because you're the most votes and you're the boss.
Okay, got it.
So we don't want to be influenced by your selection, though nothing we ever said would influence Lexi's opinion about anything.
At all.
That's very true. I can go first with the companies that I recommended to move on to the next round. In no particular order.
In no particular order, ladies and gentlemen. In no particular order.
So I guess I'll just go from what we've seen most recently. I would say Brand XR is definitely in my top 6 to go into the next round. Not only is that a super, super experienced team that knows how to build scalable companies like this, it's an industry that will become even more important as time goes on, particularly as people are less likely to go to showrooms and other physical spaces, and companies are going to have to adjust for that. And it's a relatively niche market for that industry. There aren't many people building kind of these like plug and play systems for AR and VR right now, at least that I know of yet. There's maybe 1 or 2 that are doing it, and they're not super great at it. So definitely really love those guys and what they're building. My second pick in no particular order would be HustleClean. Even if I remove my biases as a frequent user of their products, once again, great team. Even though this is their first venture, their advisory board is stacked with absolute experts that have exited in this vertical multiple times and very quickly. They have a really great lineup of products that are effective and chemically very different from some of their competitors, not to give out too much information, but very different in terms of the composition of their products. I love the lineup that they're building for the future, and I love the brand. One of the hardest things about CPG is building a brand, a recognizable brand that your users and consumers want to be a part of and want to feel like they can rep, right? And so they've really created this sense that you can rep the HustleClean brand and be a part of it. And yeah, I think with just a little extra cash, they could do great things. And they already have. They generate a significant amount of revenue.
As we censor ourselves.
spilling numbers, but they generate a lot of revenue on a product that generally does not turn very frequently on shelves, and a product that's a very low dollar amount product. So the fact that they've grown this fast with something that is, a $6 to $15 product price point is fantastic. They also have really great relationships with retailers, and their e-commerce store is also booming. So it's great that they figured out that balance. Next, I would say Boddle Learning. Those of you who know me in real life, I don't actually like to invest in ed tech at all. However, these guys have got it. Particularly with people being at home more, they've really figured out what their target demographic needs to stay entertained and to maintain eyeballs in their platform longer than some of their other competitors, which is really what could set them apart from the rest of their the competitive landscape of these educational learning style platforms. The team is great. There are some of the most coachable founders that we've ever met in terms of being responsive to feedback and making adjustments. And they also have built a really great team and advisory board. The other one, I'm trying to remember who I've already talked about. Oh, I would absolutely invite Undock to move on to the next round. I don't even think I need to explain this one. I feel like everyone probably across the board has similar feelings about this company. They're building something that no one has successfully been able to do. It's incredibly scalable. It isn't going to be super capital intensive to get them up and running once the product is built to their liking, and they're experienced founders who've done this before. And with that 6, what did I miss? Oh, I missed 2 more. So I would put QuickWit in my top 6. I think there is a huge void in the digital trivia space right now that no one has really capitalized on completely to fill. People are definitely looking for that content. I love that they have this back-end Trojan horse of working on a B2B level with big and small scale brands to give them not only new eyeballs and exposure, but more data on what their consumers might want or be interested in. We all know data is really the new oil. And then last but not least, I would invite Musicbuk. The product is great. The team is great. They are incredible pitchers in real life and digitally. And they adapted and pivoted to the new coronavirus landscape so quickly that it really shows their agility and their ability to continue to grow and scale in any climate, no matter what's going on in the world, whether they have to, attack PTA groups and physical schools or by other approaches. Their growth and scale this past year has been phenomenal in every climate. I think that's my 6.
There we go.
All right. I'll go next. I think Lexi actually gave a lot of similar feedback. So here's my 6 in no particular order. Undock for me, like I said, it kind of goes without saying. It's a platform that has a real need, an area that actually isn't easy to innovate in. And so when you see people innovating in it, it says a lot about who they are, how they see a problem, how they can solve a problem. It also seems like it's the right team and the right time. I think all of us have that problem so acutely, even though we have all these different tools, and you almost feel like, why is no one fixing this? And so whenever I see that kind of like obvious yet difficult thing, it's always like exciting for me. Brand XR, again, similar reasons. I love the team. I think oftentimes you're going to hear me betting on jockeys and not horses. I think in this case, it's a little bit of both, right? The horse is great, and the jockeys are excellent. Also, just from a technical side, I see strong technical execution, which is not easy and by any means. QuickWit, liked it a lot. I think it's a space that will always be, there'll always be room for a product like that. There's always going to be a need for a product like that. And there's never going to be one person that owns a space like that, right? If you can come in and you can surprise and delight people, you're going to win, no matter how big or small you are, no matter if you're a day-old company or if you're a 10-year-old company, right? So they've got just as good a chance as anybody to win in that space. I liked HustleClean a lot for all the same reasons. Founders, really, really important to me, and they're great founders. You can feel the energy, right? Sometimes you can like really get a vibe from people about the quality of the human. And in this and in every case, it's when times get tough, you want to be betting on quality people. And I don't have any doubt that in the toughest of times, the HustleClean folks are going to come to the right conclusions. Also, when you look at just their lives in general, their entire life has been like a kind of going from a lot of people to fewer to just them, right? As a part of their playing careers. And so they're already unicorns just walking in the door, right? So why wouldn't you already bet on someone who's already had one kind of unicorn success? Though the first success may have been being a unicorn in athletics, now they're unicorns, right? Hopefully in business. So big fans of that. Boddle, yeah, I mean, the next couple were like carbon copies of kind of what Lexi said. So I'm not going to overdo it too much, but Boddle, yeah, that is definitely not a space that I would usually be very interested in. But again, the execution is so high. The thoughtfulness, it just feels like everything, every icon, every color has been thought about in a room somewhere. And I just love to see like people pour that much passion into a product. It's probably the only thing they talk about at home. Like it's gotta be, it feels that way. And we talked a little bit about having a non-bias for founders that are couples. Like we are that same folks. So for us to have a bias in that area would be difficult. But I think it shows that their decision making, their problem solving, and the fact that they can iterate 50 hours a week without being away from their spouse, right, away from their partner, actually would serve them. And then Terro, same thing, super strong, I think, founder, super innovative ideas, a product that I've never even considered. Like, to me, that as a person who reads a lot, blogging, I mean, I'm a voracious reader, and for me to never have even like considered a product that comes across my desk, to me is very unique and impressive. So that's my top 6.
Cool. So,
Alexia has a question, but she's on mute.
Go ahead.
Before Candice gets into her top 6, we have a small request, which we definitely should have done in the beginning. It's to give a quick one-liner on each company. Anyone who's watching this and doesn't have the context. So just to run through them quickly before Candice gives her grand reveal.
We could totally bug Alexia and ask her if she has them.
Ooh.
We should introduce her first.
Which is the rudest thing I can do. She's like, I'm playing, like I'm doing something right now. I'm not even on camera. I don't know what she's doing.
This is what life's all about, man. This is what life's all about.
Maybe Marlon could pull her in.
Alexia, feel free to post in the chat how you feel about this.
Who is Alexia?
Alexia is going to be our new host. Oh, she says it's totally fine. Hey, Alexia.
Hey, everyone.
How are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
Do you happen to have kind of one-liners about each of the companies?
I do.
See,
let me
look.
get that up.
I love it.
Firstly,
Okay.
Maybe you should introduce yourself real quick. Maybe you should introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Alexia, and I'm going to UC this fall, and I'm interning with Lightship Capital.
what's UC?
Oh, University of Cincinnati. My bad.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying medical sciences and then going on to med school. I'm in a BSMD program currently, and very excited for that.
Cool. All right, tell us about these companies.
Okay, which one would you like to start with?
Maybe just go top to bottom, any order.
Okay, I'll go from the beginning of the show to the end.
Cool.
Okay, so HustleClean is an active care brand that enables an athlete to do more and be more without compromise. Candice, Brian, and Lexi were clearly impressed and all had great things to say about this company. Also, would you guys like me to say what you thought since you just said what you thought?
Nah. Nope,
Okay.
just the one-liners.
Okay. Boddle is an educational game and platform that takes practice and assessment questions and delivers them to children within a fun and interactive game. Undock is a predictive scheduling platform that helps the consumer meet with others on their own terms. Terro is the world's only biotechnology company that rescues food waste and through a process turns it into clothing. Musicbuk is a platform that connects high-quality music instructors with students virtually. And QuickWit is a trivia gaming app and digital marketing platform that introduces players to physical consumer products through daily challenging trivia questions. Selflessly, or would you like me to go through all of them? Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Selflessly is a platform designed to make corporate philanthropy easy, effective, and engaging. Candy is a social network to virtually meet and greet consumers' favorite celebrities and influencers. Hubley Surgical is a company focused on modernizing bedside neurosurgery, and their first product is an integrated electric drill system. Pack Elephant is a values-driven B2B business-to-business gifting platform. And Brand XR is designed to help companies achieve their goals by creating customer interactions through built AR, VR, and MR experiences. College Thrift is a company founded by a college student which specializes in secondhand college gear that is financially accessible to students of all backgrounds. Voila.
All right, so now we have them all. So would you all like for me to give the votes for the audience and then mine, or mine and then the audience?
I would go audience and then yours. I think it's more interesting to hear about.
Okay, so the audience top 6, right? In no particular order: QuickWit, Selflessly, Brand XR, Hubley Surgical, HustleClean, and Undock. All right, so mine?
Yep.
I'll give mine, and I'm going to give the bottom 6, or the bottom 5, right? Bottom 6? Bottom 6. I'm giving it away. Okay, so I've got HustleClean. I'm not. HustleClean, Musicbuk, Brand XR, Boddle, Undock, and Selflessly. All right, so what that leaves us with is a bottom 5. All right, so here's the bottom 5, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the others left. So definitely not going on to the next round. College Thrifts, Pack Elephant, Candy, Hubley Surgical, and Terro. Did any of us have any of those in our tops?
I did. It's okay. That's the process of venture capital.
And I'll say I do love Terro. I feel like Terro for me was very much on the cusp of being in my top 6, but just like barely didn't make it. But I mean, they're still fantastic company.
Well,
yeah, I think it's a great company. I struggled with the novelty of clothing. I think if they would have given me some more, like I've just seen a lot of like recycled products making clothing. That's me.
Yeah. And so I think the big learn here is that you can have somebody that would vote for you, someone else that loves you, someone else that wouldn't put it in, but you've got to get the right blend to get past committee in a venture fund. And so when you're pitching, even looking at the backgrounds of the different investors and then trying to speak to their understanding of the different areas also could sometimes be helpful. Or maybe the 3 of us aren't your right investor, right? Maybe the clothing investor, where all 3 of them are like, yes, 100%, that's it. That doesn't make the company better or worse. It's just about what the company does before the pitch to figure out if they're in the right spot.
Yeah, that, and I personally right now can't see like the amount of return, like the multiple that I need to see So I'm not only thinking about it from a, should they make it to the next round? I mean, I'm really looking at these companies because I'd like to invest in one. Like, that's the entire goal here.
That's why we're doing the show. Like,
it's got nothing actually to do with $5,000 at all.
We want to invest real money into companies.
Yeah, we are looking to fill our pipeline with investable companies.
100%.
College thrifts. That one kind of makes me a little sad, just because I like the founder. She was very sweet, and I'm excited to see what else she's got coming in the future. All right, so I'm going to give the top 4. So these are folks definitely going on to the next round.
These are the top 4 that all 3 of us.
All of us and the audience.
And the audience had in there.
And the audience.
Okay.
So top 4, HustleClean, moving on to the next round. Boddle.
Well served, yeah.
Undock.
Yeah, love it.
And Brand XR.
Amazing.
All moving on to the next round, which leaves us with 3 companies we need to talk about. So, Musicbuk.
So there's only 2 slots for
2 slots left. How did this happen?
It's a good show. Lexi's picking good companies. So there's 2 slots left for these 3 companies, correct?
There's 2 slots left for these 3 companies. Okay. Right. So they are Musicbuk, Selflessly, and QuickWit. Where do we start?
Well, yeah. Well, there's kind
and
of
this is my decision, right?
This is your decision, yes.
Okay.
So the way this works, both real life and we'll hear in the show, is you try to explain to Candice why she should or shouldn't do something, and you see if you're successful or unsuccessful, right?
And also, this goes into dry powder in the real world. So you could be presenting to a fund that may have $5 million left in that fund. And you may be in the pipeline with 10 other companies doing it for, $2.5 million. And we have to make these kinds of decisions. Some of us can't physically afford to invest in all of you, even if we think you're all fantastic. It's just there's a limited amount of money. So we will have these conversations in committee too about, okay, Candice, you have to pick 2 out of 5 of these because that's the allotment of the fund, or whatever number it is. So also very much a real life situation.
It's 100% real life. And I get asked questions from our investors, which are called limited partners, LPs, about how many investments will the fund make, and then are there enough companies, for that number, right? And I always have to tell them, there are so many great companies in this underrepresented founder space and in our geography that it's well beyond the number of companies we could ever invest in this. If we were to have, let's just say, make 35 investments in our fund, number 36 is not a bad company. Number 37 is completely as investable as number 32. You just simply run out of space and you have to raise another fund or whatever. So this is exactly what Lexi's talking about. So part of that calculation, and I'll go back into my thinking, part of that calculation is what will the company need going forward based on the way that we invest and how we can be helpful as well, right? Sometimes 2 companies might score equally, but because we know more people in one industry versus another, or because that style of company requires less capital than another, you may select one company purely based on that, not based on the quality of other companies because they're, let's say, equal. And so for that reason, I think a firm like QuickWit doesn't have to be terribly expensive. You can put in money and that money can show a great return. For them, it's just more people on the platform. They're getting prizes for free, right, from potential folks. So and there's a lot of scale in that model, right? You can the same amount it costs you to produce a show for, I don't know, 100 people, or a game for 100 people is the same as for 1,000 or 100,000, right? And so I think that company could go further on the winnings here or on a potential investment.
Yeah.
I would second that advocation for QuickWit. Not to sway you or anything, but I would pick them for exactly the same reasons. And most folks don't know, but they have already implemented an incredibly scalable system, even for the supply chain of the gifts themselves, the prizes. Incredibly scalable. It could scale to billions of dollars. It's already done and implemented. That company is ready to go, ready to grow.
This is the worst. Okay, so I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence between QuickWit and Selflessly. So I can say that I would like Musicbuk to move up, right? So then we have 5 companies.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel good about that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
If I had to pick Selflessly versus QuickWit,
I know, right?
I think I would probably still advocate for QuickWit. I don't know how easy it is to scale something like Selflessly for the big corporations that would give them the highest revenue, and without them having having to grow a massive sales team.
Have they scaled outside of their region yet?
I think they're really early. I don't think so yet.
That's where I would come down as well. Not really on I have no problem with the idea, the current execution, nor the founders. All those things are very, very strong. The company is simply earlier in its life than QuickWit, right? And so therefore, the mitigation of risk for us is there's more risk in the earlier company, particularly when you're talking about the kind of markets that they're going in and the kind of costs and advertising associated with trying to activate B2B customers.
God, I almost feel like I need to watch their videos again. What do I do?
Can we watch the videos again?
I don't know. Marlon's going to kill us.
Marlon might be like, that wasn't on today's show plan.
He said yes.
He said yes. Okay, well, the man's feeling generous today on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, we might be able to skip like a little bit. I need a refresher on Selflessly.
Yeah, just start playing until she says stop, and then we'll just turn it on.
Thank you.
I feel like Marlon's just got like Swiss Army knife videos available to him. He's just like throwing them out.
All right, while he's getting those ready, Candice, what are you thinking about?
Yep, there they are.
Ooh.
They're so positive.
Hello and welcome to Selflessly. Selflessly makes corporate philanthropy easy, effective, and engaging. So let's talk about this space and social impact. We know that over 67% of employees are looking to work at a more socially responsible company. And 87% of consumers are willing to pay a premium for a product or service if they know that that brand is operating in a socially responsible way. In addition, at the latest CEO Roundtable, the discussion has been had about stakeholders and what that looks like. Stakeholders now have been expanded to encompass communities, neighbors, and minority populations. So it seems pretty simple to me. We all should be getting out as company owners and giving back as much as possible. So why aren't more companies doing that? Well, it's not a lack of interest, and it's not a lack of demand from employees to get out there and do something. Where it gets difficult is that programs to create corporate philanthropy strategies are expensive, they're manual, they take a ton of time, and they're really focused on the current generation in the workforce and not expanding for the younger generations. Because of this difficulty and the lack of options in the space, it's estimated that $10 billion in resources of matching donations, sponsorships, grants, volunteer hours go unused each year. $10 billion.
You know what I always
We need to
hate
fix
is
that.
when people go like
And Selflessly is the platform to do it.
10 slides in before they tell you what the solution is.
Yeah, that's a problem, not a solution.
Okay,
But
keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We've taken the best practices and the psychological demographics of giving and centralize all of that painful manual process into one platform and created automation and empower employees to get out and do the work they want to do. Companies use our solution and give access to their employees to make their own personalized impact through donations, volunteering, and donating products. And we bring all the data to coordinate that. We want to drive purpose in the workplace. We want to keep employees engaged with companies through philanthropy. How do we do that? We focus on 4 modules that make up our platform. We allow employees to manage their own volunteer time off. They can engage with any of our 60,000 volunteer opportunities in our system. We allow companies to set up a workplace giving program with automated matching. So employees can donate to any of the 1.7 million nonprofits in the US. And then if companies have products or services or skills that could be used in the community, they can manage that entire process through our system. All the philanthropic interactions that your company makes are then tracked, recorded, and pushed up to the CEOs so they can take a look and make impact annual reports, use it for sales, marketing, employee recruitment and retention, and culture process. So who's this weird voice on the phone? Well, it's Joshua Driver, and I'm one of the co-founders of the system. We built this based on my knowledge of the nonprofit industry through several successful tech startups that I built, and also creating my own nonprofit called Open for Service to help during the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. We wanted to take what was disconnecting companies and charities and reconnect in a new way. And how do we know that we're doing this right? Just ask a few of our customers. We've launched with several big companies here in Indianapolis and are currently expanding out nationally to help get that $10 billion out into the world. So let's talk about this market. We're seeing more companies take money from HR, marketing, and IT and put it into social impact. And so all the time, we're seeing an increase in the spend and the budget from a company. So far, we're at $8 billion nationwide on a spend, looking for solutions to increase this. To get more companies involved, well, we keep pricing simple. Our core system is $5 per user per month, which is great for small businesses and fits right in their budget. As we get bigger, we can decrease that programming, and then we work with partners to integrate payroll, HR services, and also be the tool that can manage social impact on behalf of the consultant.
And the 3 of us can come back. I have a couple of questions, and this is not to get political. What's the Religious Freedom Protection Act?
Oh, buddy. Oh, pal. That is legislation brought up by then Governor Mike Pence that would make it legal for small business owners to discriminate against people, members of the queer community from using their stores or services.
Is this the bakery? This is like the gay bakery kind of argument?
Yep. And Josh led a great organization and campaign against it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think I know a lot about that company now. If I can just get a QuickWit recap, that'd be great.
When was the last time you played a game that was challenging, exciting, and rewarding? Maybe a long time ago, maybe even never, until now. QuickWit is a trivia gaming app and digital marketing platform that introduces players to physical consumer products through daily challenging trivia questions. We ask multiple trivia questions every day. The first person to answer wins a prize mailed directly to their house, no strings attached. Our motto is play trivia, beat the competition, win the prize. You have 15 minutes to answer one of our questions. We do give you a heads up 15 minutes beforehand to let you know that it's coming. But it does happen randomly throughout the day. So it could be at noon or it could be at 9 p.m. Yes, you can use the internet. No, it will not be that easy. You will not get this in 2 seconds. Trust me, we work hard to make sure that these questions are challenging, but also still fun. And more importantly, there's always a new prize up for grabs. You can always jump into the app to see what the next prize up for grabs is. But as much as we're that fun game for the consumers, there is a QuickWit for businesses because we're more than just a game. We're a platform where you can come to promote your products. So new products, old products, and even products you want to keep moving on the shelves. You can also raise brand awareness with QuickWit. So imagine sponsoring a trivia question. Imagine having thousands of users and eventually millions of users coming and scouring your website, your content to learn about your company in order to get a leg up on a competition and get the questions right. And most importantly, product sales. Within the QuickWit app, we are actually sending all of our players directly to your product page so that they're seeing the product on your website. We have the competitive advantage because there's no mandatory pay to play. We have fast and reliable shipping. Our players win something that's actually tangible. And it's really, really fun for a lot of our users. And that's one of the big things that we wanted to focus on is being spontaneous and making it so that, hey, anyone can join and play and making it a really trusted experience so you don't feel like you're playing against bots or bidding. We're really chasing out the 58% of those Americans that play games on their smartphones. And out of that 58% of those guys play those puzzle games. So we're really chasing just over 12 million users as a serviceable, obtainable market. Our business model has 4 main legs. For consumers, we have in-game purchases, we have premium subscriptions, and on the B2B side, we have sponsorships of both prizes and or questions, actually. And then you can also do some add-ons if you so choose. Because we have our good analytics, you may decide you want to pay a little bit more to sponsor a question on a particular.
I struggle with seeing how both of these companies are going to scale. That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But I also feel as if selflessly this company's been done already. I feel like there are a ton of tracking systems for employee engagement. Ryan, what were you going to say?
When? Just now?
What did you vote for? It's not going to sway me.
Exactly. I think my list, QuickWit was on my list. I don't think selflessly.
Oh, the selflessly was on my list.
Your list. There you go.
Got it. Yeah. And now watching it again. Okay, so I'm going to send QuickWit to the top 6.
Woo!
All right. So yes. So that means that the top 6 are
Dramatic music.
Trying to find the Twitch pit schedule. Scroll over to the right tab. Here we go. All right. So top 6: Boddle, HustleClean, Brand XR, Undock, QuickWit, and Musicbuk.
Congratulations, team.
Congratulations. That's a good 6.
So we will see the top 6 this week, 3 on Tuesday and 3 on Thursday. We'll be sending out an email to the top 6. Thank you to everyone who applied and pitched and put yourselves out there. Like, it's not easy to do, especially in front of an audience of people watching. You're the warts and all.
It's been a lot of fun. So I
love it.
Yeah, the next round. They're all good companies. Everybody who wins from here on out is already kind of impressive. So
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, wait. So we already introduced our new host, but do we want to bring her back?
Yes, bring her back.
Ooh, birds.
There she is. She keeps moving around.
Computer overheated and just stopped working.
Oh,
All good. All good.
Yeah.
Where did you get your glasses?
They're Chanel.
Not where I thought I saw them. Those are not from
That wasn't
Warby
the website you were
Parker.
on, Candice?
What was that?
Wasn't the website you were on earlier looking for?
Yeah. So on Tuesday you're gonna host,
Yes.
right? How do you think what do you think the show will be, how it'll be different?
Maybe a little bit more concise.
wow.
No shade.
Shit.
Okay, perfect, because that's what we were asking for.
That's what we're looking for. That's what we're
Yeah. That's funny. That's super funny. I got caught in reading. Thank you, Marlon. I'm excited about this. I'm super excited. They're good companies.
All right.
Were you guys going to be disappointed if I would have gone a different way?
Honestly, I thought you would go this way.
Okay. Got it.
We should have placed bets beforehand. Missed opportunity.
What was that?
We should have placed bets beforehand. Missed opportunity.
That would have been helpful. That would have been helpful for sure. Okay. Well, do we need to talk about anything else? Do we feel like we did it? Because it is Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Marlon, are we missing anything?
Let's see.
No.
Sounds like we're good to go.
It does sound like it. All right. Well, we'll see you guys Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, because that's where we'll be brecking.
Actually, let's have Alexia take us out with that last bit of information.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
Last bit of information.
Which is, when can they watch the show next week? What times?
Oh,
Goodbye.
yes. Please stay tuned on Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern and on Twitch pitch. I mean, on Pit. Not concise. On Twitch.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.